in terms of adjusting brakes, if you're on the trail and you have a squeal, or if you hear that your brakes are rubbing, what do? There's a pretty easy fix that you can do if you find out that your brakes are rubbing. These two bolts back here, there's one on either side of each caliper, here and here. And it's on the opposite side of the bike, I will show you. But if you feel that your brake is rubbing, and this can happen if, for instance, you have put your bike on a stand, on a car stand, or a car rack, and you are transporting it somewhere, and it gets knocked against the bike or part of the bike rack or something like that, these can get moved fairly easily. Or if you drop your bike accidentally, that can also be a reason for these to get moved. You basically want to take a multi-tool, because you all have multi-tools that you carry with you every time you ride, right? Yes.
That's one thing we all need to purchase tonight.
Yeah. And you will loosen these bolts, which I'm not going to do right now, but you loosen these bolts, you then pull on the rear brake lever and tighten them back up again. And what you've done there is you've centered this caliper with those pads around the rotor. And it sounds complicated.
The lever up here.
So yeah,
The front,
The lever,
yes,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay.
the rear lever, right? So it might be something that sounds complicated, but if you think about it, all you're basically doing is making this have a little bit of movement in it by loosening these two bolts. You're then pulling on the rear brake lever, and while you're pulling on that, you're tightening these back up again. And that way you're centering that caliper around that rotor. I've done this 1,000 times on the trail when I hear a rubbing. And the rubbing is something that you'll know because you'll feel the drag. You'll feel that the bike is slowing down and you're going, what the heck is going on? You stop the bike, you pick up the wheel, you spin it, and you can hear that rotor rub against the pads. And so that's when you want to try and do this trick. I'm going to tell you it works probably about 75% of the time. So, but that 75% of the time can save you. You can do it front or rear. And it's a good thing to do when you're in the parking lot, when you're starting the ride. You take your bike off of your car rack and you spin both wheels before you even get on it. If you hear that sound, you go, oh, I need to reset this caliper. And that's the easiest way to do that.